morning, welcome to your weekend, welcome to Saturday here at Crafters TV. We have got such a fun weekend lined up for you. It's going to be absolutely brilliant, and I see you are already up with the birds wherever you are, whether you're here in the UK and it's 11 o'clock in the morning, or whether you're over in New York and it's 6 a.m. good morning, or on the East Coast it's 3 a.m. Well, I do know who's awake. I do know that Diana's here from Indiana. Good morning to you. Helen is in from San Joaquin County. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's spelt Joaquin, but I'm just going to guess Joaquin, because that sounds good, doesn't it? Shadia's in, says, morning, Derek and Debbie are double Ds. I've been awake all night and I'll sleep after the show. Yeah, absolutely. Sleep's for later, isn't it? Getting my cup of tea, says Sarah Brown, setting myself up on the couch. She's in Melbourne, Australia, where it's 8 o'clock tonight already, which is lovely. I love the idea of it being 8 o'clock tonight. I'd be back home on my couch, Sarah, if that were the case. Jan says, I am watching in Kentucky, and then I'm driving to Tennessee. Is that far? Is that a long, long way? She says coffee in hand, either way. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? We've got Astrid is joining us all the way from Oxfordshire. She says happy weekend to you as well. Morning, Katie. She says happy Saturday, my crafty peeps. Karen's in, Gwen's in, Christine Mahoney in upstate New York, where it is 3 minutes past 6. Good morning to you. So, morning everyone, and of course, morning to our own shining star, the gorgeous Debbie Robinson.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you, Derek? Because I know how I'm feeling this morning. The weather might be drab and dreary outside, but I'm feeling all warm, cosy and sunshiny inside. I've got a great show lined up for you. So how are you feeling, Derek?
Oh, I'm feeling top of the world. Do you know what? I'm interested today as to whether last night was a full moon or not, because our Debbie was telling me about a very vivid dream she had last night. And then I had a text from the other half this morning, like literally just as Debbie was telling me the story, I had a text from the other half telling me about a vivid dream. So I'm wondering, did we have a full moon last night? I mean, I know a lot of you haven't gone to bed yet because it's like 3 a.m. and you thought, nah, darn it, I'll sleep later. But if you're in the UK or you're somewhere where you have slept before you came to the show, did you have a vivid dream last night? Because it might just be a worldwide thing. Was there a full moon, Debbie? Can you remember last night?
Do you know, I can't remember. It's a very picturesque outside where I live and from my bedroom. So I don't really remember, because sometimes you can see it's quite strong in my window. So I didn't see one, so I'm not sure. However, that dream made me wake up with a big smile on my face. It was a really lovely dream, as daft and as bonkers as it was, Derek, because I've already run it past you.
Yes.
It involved little and large,
yeah.
Don't ask me why, a craft room and hidden rooms in my house that I didn't know I'd got existed, and hot tubs and all sorts of things. In fact, it was a really good dream. I woke up with a great big smile on my face. I loved it. Vivid, but loved it.
And they're the best ones, aren't they? They're the ones where you think, oh, do you know what? I'll press the snooze button and try and get back into that. Do you know what I mean? Try and get back into that hot tub in the dream. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Anyway, listen, we've got lots to do. Oh, actually, Jan says from Kentucky to, where was it, Tennessee, 240 miles where she's going. So that's going to be, that's going to be a good 2.5 hours drive, isn't it? Brilliant. Well, that should be we should get you through that drive quite nicely then, shouldn't we? Right, let's show you what we've got on the show today, because we are doing a masterclass or a masterclass, depending on where you are. I think with our Debbie, it's going to be a masterclass. Isn't it, Debbie?
Definitely a masterclass.
Absolutely. And we are talking Christmas. Now, this is really, really good. And you know, chances are that you may already have indulged in this wonderful collection right now, in which case you can just sit back and learn. But if you want to come in and join us, we have got our wonderful Christmas floral sentiment stamp and die set. Now, this is a lovely, lovely little deal, let me tell you, because in this deal, for £47 or $60, you are going to get these amazing stamps and dies. So you've got the Christmas one there, you've got the Noel one there, and then you've got Snow and Merry. I love the way the words tumble down as well. They're cool, aren't they? Jolly. And you've got Joy. How cool are those? Now, they're the only things you're paying for in your bundle. But look what's behind here, because there are 3 amazing stamp sets which are coming along for the ride for free in this bundle. Festive foliage, which is beautiful. You've got Winter Wonderland, which is full of little reindeers and snowflakes and bells and all sorts. And you've got festive decorations. Now, they are coming in your bundle for £47 or $60 for free. Can I just show you some examples straight away of what this set can do for you from our amazing design team? Here, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Just jolly coming down to Santa's belt, which might need to be let out by another notch by the time Christmas comes, of course, with all the feeding he gets. Lovely Kerry Noon there has used that jolly sentiment. And then, here's another one with lovely Joy. Again, this is one of Kerry's, which is gorgeous. It just gives you a little bit of an idea, doesn't it? Just gives you a little bit of an idea on how you can play and how you can use those words to make a big impact in the centre of your card. There's one from Fiona Galloway there, which is really beautiful with the Christmas gifts tumbling down. Let me find you another one. There's lots of jollies and joys there. Let me find one of the other ones. Here's a merry. How about being merry? There you go. Here's one from, it's lovely Jackie Alt. Look at that, beautiful. So merry cascading down through a nice little snowstorm of snowflakes there. And then you've got something a little bit more traditional, but it really works with the traditional style as well. This sample is, it has no name. It's the sample with no name, but it's the first Noel. Oh, it's a bit early for that, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful though? So a little bit more traditional, but that funky font in the middle works for traditional and it works for modern as well. And if you want to go a little bigger and bolder with that, look at that. So that's incorporated the beautiful festive baubles there as well. Very nice card there from Noel. It's from, oh, hang on a second. I might have read the name wrong. That's the name of the card, Derek. Honestly, it's Carol Lorriman. I'm so sorry, Carol. I just saw the top line and it says Noel, and then I saw the next word and it says die. So I'm thinking that's what you used rather than what you're called. Anyway, there you go. So £47, $60. That's going well so far, isn't it? Right, okay. Now we also have on the show today as well, everyday floral sentiment. Now you're going to love these because this is a wonderful little collection as well. It says if he doesn't wreck the joint. Let me show you because I've got them on little boards here. So in this collection, you've got thanks, you've got happy, you've got love with the little sentiments there as well. You've got sorry, you've got little baby, you've got wishes, you've got laugh, and you've got family. We are family. And they are beautiful, aren't they? Again, those tumbling sentiments. Shall I show you some examples of those as well very quickly? Now in this one we get, it's all 8 sets of the stamps and dies, but it's almost like 3 of them are coming for free. So it's a 40% saving, which is really good, isn't it? I felt like I dropped something there and I haven't. Right, let me show you some examples. There you go, look. So there's thanks. God, thanks. We don't say that enough, do we, in cards? That's a really nice thing to do, isn't it? But someone may have done you lots and lots of good turns through, you know, through the lockdown and all the difficulties and everything else. And that's a beautiful, nice way of just saying thank you. There's an Angela Blaney sample there, which is really beautiful. And this one is from, hang on, Margaret Edgar. Had to get underneath to see it. Lovely stepper card there with happy. Oh, happy day it is. Oh, it makes you want to sing, doesn't it? Was that from Sister Act, Oh, Happy Day? Oh, happy day. Come on, Debbie, let's do a bit of gospel. Oh, happy day. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, happy. Oh, I'll have to check if I can sing anymore. Right, okay, next one. Sorry, we're having a silly Saturday, aren't we? So here's a love one. That's really lovely, isn't it? That would be nice for an anniversary or an upcoming wedding. Oh, Debbie, you'll love this one. Look. It's little baby.
That's so lovely. That is so cute.
That would be cute for a new arrival, wouldn't it? And love much, laugh often, live well. God, that's a good way to live your life, isn't it? That lovely sample from Wendy Hood, which is beautiful. Now, we also have a multi-buy. So any of the dies over here from the everyday and any of the stamps and dies from the Christmas, you can bring them together in a multi-buy. Let me tell you more. They are $7.99 each or $9.95 each. But hang on, because we can do a multi-buy. Any of these and any of these, you could do on a multi-buy. 2 for £14 or $18. That's just on the stamps and dies, which are brilliant. So any of those tumbling words, either the Christmas ones or the everyday ones, you might want to mix them together, which is really, really good. Now, listen, the hot word on the street here at Crafters Companion for the last 24 hours. I can't believe I have some of these in my hand. You know what? There are so many people who don't yet have them in their hand, but it is the brand new Tri-Blend brush markers. These are awesome. You have been buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. And actually, do you know, I did a whole show with Leanne yesterday where we launched them. Oh, careful with the box, Derek. Very precious, these boxes. And the launch show are way so popular, of course, as we knew it would be. But our Debbie Robinson came in this morning and made an excellent point on the brand new Tri-Blend brush markers, which is, Debbie, that you can see very, very clearly, can't you?
Absolutely.
All of the colours on the barrel of the pen, because it's a lighter colour, isn't it?
It is. Now it is on the standard Tri-Blends. That's exactly what you can get too, where you've got it, but it's so visible on that grey barrel. You can really see, so you can see those shades of that light tone, the mid tone, and the dark tones so easily. But it's the fact, Derek, that it's a 3-in-1 blend pen in that one pen. That
yes.
three colours in one pen. And I know how much I love my Tri-Blends. I've been persuading Derek he needs to get some Tri-Blends.
Oh, I've got some. I have
you
got
bought some?
Yeah, I have got a pack of I don't want to call them regular, but our so far Tri-Blends. But then when I saw the 2-hour demo with Leanne yesterday with the brush, I kind of think, actually, do you know what? I think I'd be
definitely
a bit less clumsy with a brush.
Yes, and they're just so beautiful. They work so beautiful as well. They've got that lovely flow. And if anything, if you can, a couple of hours of your time, go back and watch that show yesterday that Leanne did that was purely all about the Tri-Blends. Honestly, you will love them.
Let me run you through as well, just very, very quickly. These are the different blends that you can achieve from the 24 in the complete collection. Can I just tell you, obviously we launched these on Crafters TV yesterday. So from our show stock, we had a quarter by the time we finished the show last night. Now the show just kept living and living and living and living, and just like, it's like we were on air all night, because people were catching up a little bit later and watching the show, and you have been buying and buying and buying and buying. And you can only but imagine how much we need as a launch stock for something like this. 40% of that show launch stock has now been allocated. It's been spoken for. So if you want them, the new kid in town, these could be, we could be saying over the weekend that, we're going to have a little weight on our hands. So you've got the dark blends, corals, burnt orange blends, gold, yellow blends. You've got all your greens there, of course, your greens and your turquoises into your blues. I love this. You can break down the collection into smaller packs of 3, by the way, but most people, and I would say it's probably something like, I don't know if we worked out the actual figures, but most people, I would say probably 80-90% plus, are going for the full collection. Of course, because it's the new thing in town, isn't it? It's one of the most anticipated launches from Spectrum Noir that there is, which is absolutely amazing, incredible. If you want those, $79.99 or $119.95. And actually, Debbie will be having a little play with those later for the first time on Crafters TV, I do believe, Debbie, yes?
Oh,
yes.
They came yesterday. They came yesterday afternoon, and I was dying to get into them and have a play with them. So I'm so excited that I can play with them today. Absolutely.
Brilliant. We can't wait. Now, something else that we can't physically have in our hands because it's so popular. It came into our warehouse early this week. We don't even have a pack still in the studio because they are moving so quickly. So do grab this while you can. is our adorable, scoreable 50-sheet Christmas 2020 special edition. I still haven't physically seen this. I've only ever seen that picture that you're looking at right now. It's 25 colours, 2 sheets of each. Think about your Christmas projects, because you've got your reds and your whites and your browns and your greens. Think of all the costumes and the little elements that you're picking out for your Christmas projects. That is amazing value for money. Do you know, I think the only way I'm ever going to see that pack, Debbie, is by ordering it, I think, to be honest with you.
Me too, Derek, me too, because I'm dying to get my hands on it, but I think I'm going to have to I think we're going to have to place a couple of little orders later, a bit sneaky.
Yeah, we're all waiting. I have been half told we might have a pack on Monday here in the studio, but I can't talk about Monday. Can't talk about sworn to secrecy about what's happening on Monday. Anyway, right, let's get started then, shall we? Let's get into the Christmas vibe then, shall we, Debbie? Where are we starting?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've got all sorts planned. We've got some amazing inks on the show as well. We've got pigment inks on the show. We've got all sorts planned. And I'll show you a couple of things that we're going to be doing. One of the most asked about cards that I get asked about doing is the cube card. Well, I'm going to do a little tutorial with the cube card later on. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to make one of those. I'm going to show you how to build up your own background using those stamps and these dies. Can I just take you though? I've got one of my boards here, Derek, because I just want to explain a little bit about these.
Yes,
so if I hold that there just for a second so you can see this. This is a statement sized stamp and an outline die. So it means that this can take centre stage, and it's got that lovely cascading feel. Now, it's not a direct cascade, but it's got that lovely twist on it where it goes. It's got that lovely play on how you word the words. And then we've got a little sentiment set here as well. And each one of these die sets and stamp sets will have a different setting. So there's no repeats anywhere through there. And this is when you can do a little bit of customizing what you want to say. So on here, you've got Merry Little Christmas. That could be that one. It could be Merry and Bright. It could be Christmas to all, and to all a good bright. I love this. I think a night bright. Debbie, I can't read. Oh, we'll start that one again. And then Merry Christmas, straightforward, how you customise that one. But eat, drink and be merry. I love it. And have yourself a merry, and then you could also go back and use Christmas. So every single die set and stamp set that you're getting in this, if you go for the whole collection, which for me is a definite must, because you've got everything then to choose from. Every single one has got that statement stamp, that lovely stamp cascading down, and there's outline die to go with it to take that centre stage that can be a focal part of your card, and then you've got those lovely sentiments at the side to customise as well. But you've then got 3 sets of layering stamps to be able to create your own effects, and these are really clever in how these have been designed. So these design here on this one, you can see that you've got stamps that layer into each other, Derek. So it, honestly, and I'm going to show you that technique later, but you can see that these work together. So when you look at them closely, you'll see that the baubles all work together. You can see here and this one, they work together, and the snowflake fits inside the snowflake bauble. So if you don't like your colouring, you can use different inks to create that lovely layered effect. And then you've got some lovely silhouette ones on here, on
Debbie,
this one.
I wish you hadn't told us that. I wish you hadn't told us. You know what this is going to mean, though, don't you?
I do.
You know what this is going to mean as I increase my colouring experience and, you know, get a bit braver. And because those stamps are free in this bundle as well, Debbie, honestly, what are you like, woman?
Exactly. But I thought what I'll do, first of all, I'll show you how that concept is with the Derek.
Yes, what?
I can't get the words out this morning.
It's all right, Saturday morning.
They're getting stuck. Is it that Saturday feeling?
Yeah, it is. It's that Saturday thing. That's three out of the 4 Saturdays we've done so far. It's been me and you, hasn't it? We've always been the same. It's a bit of a slow start. It takes a while to get the engine warmed up on a Saturday morning, doesn't it?
It really, really does. Now, these are a nice statement size. So this is your outline die and this is your stamp. Your stamp won't come blue, can I just say? That is not going to come to you blue, Derek. It will come nice and clear. It's just that mine is well loved and I've used it quite a lot of times. But you can see straight away what this is going to fit through, Derek. Yep. It's going to fit through your mini.
Oh, it goes straight through everything, won't it?
It's going through everything. Yeah. If you've got the whole set, you can pop it all on your big plate, cut all your outline dies in one go, and then stamp up and you're good to go. So first things first. Oh, she said, I've just left my mini over there. I'll be a second, Derek.
Have you? I'll say hello to a few people while you're doing that then. Sandra is joining us in Maine. Good morning. Myra says, who needs sleep? Good morning. from WA, and my social superstars have told me that that is Washington on the West Coast. Now, on the West Coast, it is it earlier on the West Coast, isn't it? So is it 3:20 in the morning? Oh, good morning. Christine says, I love the new time schedule next week. Oh yes, you know, we're changing show times as of Monday. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. Lynn's got a cup of tea ready in Essex. Weather is sunny. Lots of people not knowing whether the moon is full or not, as lots of people are having vivid dreams last night, including our Debbie. The moon is waxing right now, says Mitch Merry. I don't know what that means. Tessie says, it's the Venus retrograde. I have no idea what that means either. Please explain these things to me. I'd love to know. Shadia says, sing on, please, Derek. You have a beautiful voice. And Marie says, good morning from Bermuda. My husband, says Janko, tells me that the big Gemini arrived while I was away. I can't wait to play with it. Brilliant. And Mitch says that her tri-blend brush markers have been dispatched.
Wow.
Get in.
That's
right,
brilliant. Right, Derek, I've found my mini and I found my plate.
Brilliant.
So I'm just going to run this through. Now, how I do this, and this is a personal choice, but I'll tell you why I do it this way, Derek. I cut my outline die first and then place the stamp over the top. And for me, I just find that a little bit easier than trying to line the die over the stamp once it's been stamped, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But there's lots of other people out there that prefer a different method. I just prefer this way because I can see it a little bit more clearer. Now you can see straight away that it's going to fit perfectly with your Gemini Mini. All of these are, regardless whether you go for the Christmas collection or whether you go for the everyday one, or if you do what I would be doing, I'd be doing a bit of mix and matching.
Yeah.
I really would, because then you're covering all sorts of occasions, aren't you? Not just Christmas, but you're covering other things too. So you can see that that's gone straight through there perfectly. Now this is when I say, by just having now the stamp, I'm going to line that up. I'm going to bring in my smaller stamping platform, and then it's a case of choosing what colour. So I think do you know what, I'm going to go with black for actually no, let's have a nice colour. Let's have a think of a colour. I think I'll go midnight. I'll go a nice midnighty colour. So I'm going to use the pigment inks as well, Derek. So a pigment ink, you get a more a longer drying time, so it doesn't dry instantly, which means that you can add things like your clear embossing powders to it to get a real lovely effect. So, and this is how I prefer to do it. So I've lined my Christmas up, and that's just going to, before I commit to pressing that down, just line it up into the die cut.
Which colour are you using there?
This is midnight.
Oh,
so this is the midnight one. It's gorgeous.
Lovely
it really
colour.
is.
Lots of them on the website, by the way. It's $4.99 each, $6.95 in dollars there. There's lots of lovely, gorgeous colours.
There is.
From. That's a wonderful blue, though, isn't it?
It's a gorgeous blue, isn't it? And because it's open, like I said, Derek, I can do things like pop, and I will do. I think I will do. I'm going to have this stand out a little bit more. So
I knew you would.
I know. Well, I can't
knew you
resist
would.
because they're on the show. I thought, let's get some on. I might even do a glittery one later.
But that blue is just screaming out to be embossed, though, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely it is. So just knock that off for a second, and then pop my embossing powder back in to the tub. There we go. In fact, tub lid going on first, Derek. I'm going to get my house in order today. Only because I know what I'm like. When I get in this craft room, things tend to go wrong. So I'm just going to hold that there for a second, and then I'm going to wait until it sets. And you'll see it set. I love this effect. Oh, there it goes, Derek. There it goes. Absolutely love doing it with the pigment inks like this.
I mean, that colour was really, really intense and beautiful anyway, but just with that added magic of the embossing powder.
Absolutely, and it just looks beautiful. And again, if you wanted to give it a more enamelled look, you would just add some more, because it stays quite sticky. While it's hot, you could put some more on there and do a double embossing or triple embossing, but I'm quite happy with that just for now. So that's all ready. That's my statement piece that's going to go on the front of my card. However, I need to just now make my own decoration. Oh, I say decoration, my own background card. So I've taken a piece, because this is going to fit onto, let me just grab it here. I just took some white stamping card and I've made myself an half fold. So, and then I've got my layers already. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to create a little bit of a background by using, and it's such a choice. Look how many beautiful ones they are here. In fact, no, we'll go with these gorgeous baubles. I'm going to make a nice little background. And again, just choosing colours that complement as well what I've already done. So I've got my midnight. So let's have a think, Derek. We'll have with some different colours on here. Let me, I'm going to bring me, let's move this one. In fact, do you know?
Oh, we're freestyling.
Oh, I am. I love a bit of freestyling.
I've
got things planned, but I just think, you know, sometimes it's nice to have a not quite clear plan and just go from scratch and show you what you can be doing with these stamps. So we'll have Spring Meadow. I think Spring Meadow will go quite nice with the blues as well. So let's
that's
pop.
Quite neon, that, isn't it?
It is. It's gorgeous. Really lovely. So I'm going to do that a couple of times. Oh, already looks lovely. And I'm not going to add my clear embossing powder to this one, Derek. Actually, I've got some other colour still on there. Can you see? It's gone like a two-toned.
Yeah.
In fact, do you know what it is? I think somebody's been mixing the colours. What are they like? We've got a dirty ink pad, Derek.
Well, do you know what? That's a happy accident, though, for this, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's really good. It's looking really good, isn't it?
Absolutely. So I'm just going to carry this around. Oh, let's just any old owl. And you can see I'm not being anywhere near precise. I'm just having a nice old play. And this is what I love doing when I'm at home. I have a play, and then sometimes works out well. Sometimes not so well, but you know what? It is just a little bit of card, Derek. So there's nothing getting worked up over, card at the end of the day. So I'm just going to carry on. I love this colour actually.
And what is that stamp, Debbie? I can't see it.
So this one is from the set of the festive decoration.
So is it like a flourish?
Festive decorations. They're all flourishes. They're all like little embellishments that you can add detail to. They really do make the statement stamp and die really stand out from the crowd. Really, really do.
Very, very good. Lots of people in the comments at the moment are trying to have a little guess. My social superstars are telling me that people are trying to figure out what Monday's launch is all about. So if you
I don't even know.
Have a little guess as to what you think it might be, by all means, Crafters TV Facebook page or our YouTube channel in there, pop in the comments what you think it might be. I don't know whether I'll be able to get any clues out of the show because, obviously today is a Saturday, but I'd love to hear what you have a little guess at. Lynn's got Mr. Yodel arriving today. I love that. I got a text from Mr. Yodel this morning as well. I've got a delivery. Don't worry, I've made sure that there is someone there at home to receive it. I've got a delivery coming today. I'm not sure which one though, which must happen to so many people. You get the text message or the notification to say, "Yay, delivery today," and you're like, "Oh, which one though?" Will it be the balloon alphabet or will it be my glass mat and my ink pads for stamping? I just don't know. And that is what as much as I love being here, I will race safely back home to find out which delivery it is. Can't wait. It is an exciting feeling, Debbie, isn't it? You get giddy, don't you?
I nearly jump mine when I see him. I see him coming up the path and I'm just there already with my arms all waiting. Once or twice he's caught me in my nightgown, bless him. I don't know what he thinks, but hair all dishevelled, no face on. But I just like, I'm so excited. I get so giddy when a package comes. I'm quite happy with that, Derek. So while you've been talking and while I've been talking and talking about jumping my postman, what on earth? Do you know? But he said, that feeling you get when it's like being a kid at Christmas, isn't it? When you get a delivery and you know it's coming. It's so exciting.
It is. I love it. And I never really understood that until I was here. Because I don't think I've worked for like lots and lots of different channels showing product on the TV before. But I've never delivered, I've never ordered, should I say, as much as since I've been here. And I do, when I get the notification, I'm like, oh, especially now I've got my own craft room sorted and ready to start. Still baby steps, so I'm still playing. I'll share everything along the journey. It's brilliant. Now I've got a question, well, it's sort of a half question from M on Facebook who says, what is the stamp thingy called, please? Now,
what is the what, sorry?
What is the stamp thingy called? I think she might mean your stamping platform.
So I've got the stamping platform. This is the 4x4 platform. So it's a crafter's companion. And this is 4x4. We do a 6x6 and we do an 8x8. And we also have a magnetic base as well. When I say a magnetic base, it's a base that holds magnets into place. And it has little feet wells so that your 8x8 can fit into there as well. So that's the larger one. We don't have that platform for the 4x4 or the 6x6, but just on the larger one. But this has got those lovely spring-loaded feet, so it makes stamping really, really easy, especially when you're wanting to line things up like these layering stamps. So if I just make sure I've got that the right way around,
and if you have a look on the website, Em, or anybody else that's interested, by the way, I don't think any of the stamping platforms are on the show, but literally, oh yeah, they are in stock. So literally, just go to the website, put the word platform in. That should get you straight to them.
Absolutely. And then also, if you are going to invest in a stamping platform, may I suggest that you use the stamping mat as well, because this acts as a resist. So it's quite a tough sponge. It's not like a soft sponge. It's quite a tough sponge, but it gives that resist. So when you're... It resists the pressure. Is that the wrong way around? Wait a minute. I think I might have said that the wrong way around then, Derek.
It'll absorb a bit of the pressure. Won't it?
Thank you very much. It absorbs the pressure. That's the word I was looking for.
Do you know what you've just done, Debbie, as well?
What's that?
I'm sorry, because it feels like you're my personal shopper today. But I have a stamping platform. I've got a 4x4 stamping platform coming. It's on its way. It's possibly today's delivery. But I don't have a stamping mat.
Oh, well,
so there's another order that needs to go in.
Yes, absolutely. And I would definitely suggest that that's what you do. You get yourself, if you're having a platform, get yourself one of the mats as well. So, and it's a 12x12 in size as well. So it's a nice size. And do you know things like flower forming? For previous weeks that we've been having flower forming, you could use that to form, do you know, to act on theirs when you want to shape your petals as well. If you want to.
So you can do that on there as well?
Yep. So if you do like your card, you know, you cut out cards as well, because sometimes those dies you can use not just for flower forming, you can use for card as well, and you want to give it that shape. This is what I shape my flowers on. I shape it onto this. So yes, so you learn something new every day, Derek.
Yes, so if you do happen to mislay the one that comes with your ball tools, the sponge, you can actually just do it straight into your stamping mat. That's
absolutely
a good idea.
You can.
That's
absolutely.
A good idea. Sandra says on YouTube, it's like a mystery box. Oh, she's talking about my delivery. It's like a mystery box because you aren't sure which order it is. I can't wait. I don't care what it is because I know it's all goodies. I just know it's all goodies that I want. But alas, until at least Tuesday, I don't have any time to actually do anything with it. Although I may sneak upstairs tonight and have a little play. The box will definitely be open tonight, Debbie. I'm telling you that for nothing. Definitely.
Right, Derek, I've got all my background all already, but I now want to have a little feature. So when I lay that on, in fact, let's lay that on, Derek. While we're getting all ready, let me get my all-purpose glue. Is this my all-purpose? This is all-purpose, yeah. And look, studio, just to make sure I don't put it in my bag when I go home.
Everything needs labelling here, doesn't it? There's that many sets of things going around and that many people coming in and going out of the studio.
Oh, I know. When I was down at Create and Craft and I was watching Sarah, I realised she'd got me die that I'd had on other week and it were up here. So I've managed to retrieve it. I've got it back.
Got it back.
I've got it back, I have.
They're like children, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
Bits and pieces.
They're like your prized possessions, especially when they're your favourites.
Yeah.
Talking of favourites, got some gorgeous embossing folders on in a while.
Oh, yes, we have.
Oh,
yes.
It's got one of my favourite embossing folders ever, Derek, in there. It really has.
And one of mine as well.
Right, so I'm just going to pop on my layer just so it's all ready. But can you see now, we are having to cover the whole of that area, and that's the reason why I went round the edges, if you were wondering. I've created my own little background sheet. And absolutely perfect, so I'm going to pop that on. But now I want to have a little bit of detail on here as well, because this is going to sit on the top, but it needs something behind there. So my little tip when I'm doing this, Derek, and it might not be everybody's, but it just gives me something to focus on. So I'm going to go back in with that Midnight and the Christmas. So I'm just going to pop that down. Don't have to go too mad with the ink, because all I'm doing for this is I am centralising where I'm going to be having my piece. So my little loose piece here is going to fit over the top. But what this does is it helps me now place where I want to put all my rest of my decorative stamps.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's a brilliant idea, because of course you can't really visualize that or make it room for it if you can't see it.
Exactly. And sometimes I've tried to do it freely, and then I've placed my statement over the top, my statement piece over the top, and it hasn't quite been right. So for me, I just little bit of ink, just stamp that down. It's centralized in there, and I'm good to go now with the rest of the decoration. Now, we've had some greens, but I think I'm going to go in with a bit of blue this time. I think we've got a pale blue. Let's have a baby blue. Let's have ocean blue. They're two quite nice colours. Mind you, I might have another little different, added a little bit of colour as well. Do you know what? No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to, you can tell I'm in one of those moods today, Derek.
I love it. I love watching you, Debbie, because honestly, I love the way, because you give us the freedom to not stick to a rigid frame of mind as well. And I think that's what I really love about watching you demonstrate as well, is that you give us the power, because all of the ramblings of your mind come out to us, which is great. It's it's not an insult, it's a compliment. Because it's lovely to listen to, because they're the kind of things that you do say to yourself when you're on your own and crafting, isn't it? And it's quite nice to give yourself permission to change your mind.
Absolutely, or change colours, because sometimes you think the colours, if they don't look right, just go over with another colour. Yeah. Now, I've put my bauble down. It's very faint at the moment because I've used baby blue, but I'm going to use the centre piece that goes into there, which is that little snowflake, because that actually lines up and fits in the middle of there. So that layering stamp element works perfectly. So if you are not comfortable at colouring, then this is going to be right up your street, Derek, because you don't have to do any colouring, because you just ink up with your stamps, and then you're just going to place it over. Now I'm just going to line that up slightly, just make sure I'm in the right place. Trust me to use a light colour. I might have to go in dark with next one just so you can see, but it fits perfectly into that bauble. In fact, with that said, do you know I talked about changing your mind and changing your colour? I am going to change my colour. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, because I just think this is really, really funny from the comments. Sue on Facebook, I don't know where she is and I don't know who's delivering, but she's tracking her parcel delivery, and she knows that her metallic ink pads are 25 stops away. I didn't know you could do it to that kind of level of detail. Can you do that with Yodel as well? Oh, can you? So I can go track my delivery now and see how close to my house it is. Oh, apparently you can see a map with a little van and see how close it is. Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? How clever is that, Derek? I didn't even know you could do that. Gone are the days where they say, oh, you know, it'll be either Tuesday or Wednesday, and you have to stay in for the whole of Tuesday and the whole of Wednesday, and then it comes on Thursday. Do you know what I mean? Like now you can watch the little van on a map and go, oh, it's nearly here. Clear the decks, it's nearly here. I had no idea that that's what you could do. So I've learnt something new today, because I didn't realise that you could track and trace your packages. Yeah. How exciting is that? How cool that's even more exciting. I'm really, I get so giddy on a Saturday morning, Derek. That's another obsession. Oh, it is. Tracking my deliveries. Actually, do you know the one only thing that I could add to that? What's that? Is that can you give me the driver's number so I can get him to just have a little peek in there and tell me which delivery it is? Open your package up and have a nosy. That would be brilliant. Oh, I love it. That's really clever. Now, look, can you see these, Derek? Let's go back to this lovely stamp. Beautiful. So this stamp set is ever so lovely, because you've got that where the precision is. You don't have to do any colouring in. That's my lighter one, but I went in with a couple of darker colours. Yeah. Plus, I think it's going to match my sentiment really nice. So I've got more on there to choose from, though. Look at all these to choose from. There's so many. Let's have a nice... Do you know what I love as well? The attention to detail. We've even got on here, I don't know if you can see through my inky fingers, but we've even got a little, get that the right way around. There you go. So you can create your own little, what do they call that? Oh, like a streamer kind of thing. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, I want you thread your bauble through. That's what I'm thinking of. A bauble string. A bauble string. Is that what it is? I don't know. Well, I didn't know, but look, can you see? If I show it in the black, you can see it better. Can you see? Yes. Yes, it's like a streamer, isn't it? Is that what it is? Yeah. Oh, do you know, Debbie? I honestly should work out what some of these things are. What colour shall we have, Derek? Let's have a think. Oh well, you can go crazy on that, can't you? You can go completely opposite. Well, I think I'm going to bring a bit. I think I'm going to bring a bit of the green in. So I'm going to keep in blues and greens. These are colours that I normally would not think to choose. honestly, Derek, I wouldn't be using colours like this, but look how lovely.
See.
Let's go. Let's live a dangerous. Let's come out of his comfort zone a little bit.
It so works, Debbie, from what I can see.
Well, you can see now. I mean, look, isn't that they're so lovely. And these kind of stamps sets are right up my street, Derek, because you do get creative.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. You know, I love die cutting. Don't get me wrong. I am an avid die cutter, as most of you will know. I love my die cutting. However, in fact, let me just tape a little bit off there, because I don't want that to go onto my bauble. So
you're going to mask a bit off?
I'm going to mask a bit off, yes. So I'm going to work out, that's me, that's that. I'm going to mask that bit off. So I'm just putting a bit of tape over there. And then let's just put a little bit more on the other side.
I love this. This is like proper creativity, this, isn't it?
Well, it is a masterclass, Derek.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, it's a masterclass. So it's teaching you these little techniques on how you can do things like this.
I got a little question for you after we finish this one as well. But
Go on, then.
I'm fascinated watching this one build up.
Go on then.
I'm too engrossed
Oh,
in
yeah.
this.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're going to ask me in a bit. That's fine.
Yes.
We're getting carried away, Derek, and we're ready to answer your questions.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
I think we're all so engrossed in what's coming together here. It's like watching a good film, isn't it? Like one that you really love, and you don't want anybody interrupting you. Like, shh, I'm watching this.
I know, and do you know what? There's more baubles on here, Derek. I've just seen now. I've got other different baubles on here. Look at all the different styles that we've got that will fit inside. I just think beautiful. Stamp sets that layer up are really, really effective. Let's just go in. I think I'll have a little bit of foliage. Foliage? Foliage. Wait a minute. Foliage?
Foliage.
Foliage.
I think we say idge.
Is it idge? Is that just the way I say it,
That's
though,
what we say
Derek?
down south, I think. Foliage. Foliage.
I'm just thinking, is it just me? It could just be me, though. Oh,
I think
no,
that's
I love
same
that
north
one.
and south, isn't it? Foliage.
Is it?
Unless you're terribly, terribly posh, in which case it might be foliage.
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 Oh, I'm going posh. I'm going posh, Derek. I'm going to go posh.
Are you?
I am.
Are you going to move up the posh end?
Posh end of Barnsley. I don't think there is one. I might. Do you know? I'm loving this. And do you know what you can do when you can work out when you need to stop? And I think I might, if I carry on, Derek, I might be getting a little bit carried away with myself, and I don't want to over ruin it. So, and I've stuck to two quite. Well, I said two colours. There's three different shades of green on there.
Yeah.
I've got three different shades of blue. But look how lovely this is going to come together. So when I bring this in, so I'm going to pop that on, and then I'm going to mat that up. And I'm just, before I actually place it on, see if that's for me. Oh, it's absolutely perfect. In fact, Derek, step away from the ink, Debbie. Step away from the ink.
Debbie Robinson, are you reining yourself in?
I am reining myself in. I am, because sometimes I can go a little bit OTT, and I bet I'm not the only person. In fact, drop into those comments. I want to see if I'm not the only person that gets a little bit carried away, and then sometimes you think, I've gone a bit too far. I should have stopped a while ago. I should have stopped. Oh, I'm so glad he's left me some. I thought he might have pinched them all. I've realised I haven't got any with me, Craig, with his foam pads.
We always have the SWAT team of Crafters Companion always come in and restock after a Craig visit.
Especially where foam pads are concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he loves them. You know I love my 3D Collal glue, but I just want to use a foam pad just to go over. And I'm just chopping into the foam pad because I don't want it to go. Let's make sure that's it. And I'm going to have a little thin piece just up at the top as well.
Glorious.
But this is what I'm talking about. All these little techniques, little tips. That's what it's meant to be all about, isn't it? And it's a Saturday, Derek, and we're on his own. We can get away with it. No one's watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody's watching.
And
we'll be fine.
It's the weekend, isn't it?
It is the weekend.
It's like our little secret squirrel society, isn't it, at the weekend? I love it. It's really, really good. I'm loving being here at the weekends. I'm here all of next weekend as well. I really, really love it. I've got so many people who are having a little bit of a guess as to what Monday's launch or Monday's surprise may be. I say surprise or launch. I don't know one way or the other, to be honest, so I can't really give you lots and lots of clues. But our social superstar team are vicariously giving me clues through your guesses. So, which is really good. So we will get some gossip out of today, Debbie. So, glittering snowflakes, someone has guessed. And I can tell you, it's not glittering snowflakes, but I've been given some gossip.
Have you?
It won't be long. That's all I can say. Listen, I'm just being given cryptic clues myself and passing them on. Another guess, pop-up confetti boxes.
Oh.
And it isn't that for Monday, but again, I can tell you, gossip-wise, it won't be long. There you go. Can I just say to my social superstars team, if there's anything you don't want me to say, don't tell me, because I can't hold my own water. I am like Joe in that respect. Look at that, Debbie.
Look,
that
we've
is
started
amazing.
from scratch. We've just gone from Debbie's brain, because I was going to do it with the everyday ones, and I'll show you the one that I'm planning, because I want to be able to show you that this is what you can do with both sets. That was where I was going originally, with the everyday one. Let me just show you. And again, there's a set of stamps, and we'll tell you about those in a moment, Derek, because there is some stamps that work beautifully with the everyday ones as well, called Butterfly in Blooms and wait a minute, what's the other one called? Oh, Johnny, I forgot already. I do apologise. Butterflies and Blooms and fancy florals.
That's it.
Yeah. So that one works. That's where I was going to go with. But can you see? You're in control. You can make your own background papers and your background stamps. But look what stands out. That gorgeous cascading sentiment that falls down, and taking it into Christmas, and again you can choose your different colours, but look how lovely that is. And I've not even added, Derek, the other ones that are on there. So shall we just add quickly, We Wish You, I'm going to pop on there. I'm going to use my
we've
black.
just got Christmas there at the moment.
Absolutely,
so
we've just got Christmas there, but we can add that, because we can now customise what we want it to say just by adding that on. And I'll make sure I've got it the right way around, because that's another Debbie disaster that could be. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And I think that is lovely. And again, it's just showing you what you can do with these. These are fabulous, honestly, a fabulous set. Not only sentiments, Derek, because if you think about it, that sentiment itself, that Christmas, you could use without using any other stamps.
Yeah.
You could take it into your recipe card making or your scrapbooking or whatever it is you do, and you could use that separately. But bringing them all together, just gorgeous, glorious.
And do you know what I've taken from that as well? Because as something I'm struggling with I'm going to call myself an early learner, is trying to find, because actually a lot of what we do on the show, the matting and layering, the guys have all prepared, because of course, the last thing you want to see is all of that being done as well. But for me, picking papers for the front image that I'm going to do, for me, can be a little bit of a struggle. I'm already seeing that might be my Achilles heel. But if you've got a stamp set like that, which goes perfectly, you make your own background layers, don't you? And then you can keep the rest, 2 simple colours that key in with the background paper that you made. You are the master or mistress of your own destiny, aren't you, in that respect? That's what I've taken from this show already, which is brilliant. That's what masterclasses are all about. So let me show you the bundle then of the Christmas sentiments, the tumbling Christmas sentiments, because these are absolutely beautiful. Now, remember, this is 6 sets of stamps and dies. So you've got Christmas with all of its lovely stamps. You've got Noel with all of its gorgeous stamps in there as well, and the die. You've got Snow and Merry, and you've got Jolly, and you've got Joy. Now, they're the only elements of this bundle that you're paying for. Up to this point, £47, $60, that's where I should stop. But those 3 sets of stamps that Debbie's been showing you, and I'll show you them all pristine as they are, not all inky in different colours right now, because Debbie loves this set, I know. So these 3 sets of stamps here, so Festive Foliage, Winter Wonderland, which I love because it's got the reindeer and the stag and the presents and the snowflakes, and you've also got your festive decorations as well, which is all of those glorious baubles that Debbie was just making the background and surrounding the sentiment of. They all come in that bundle for FREE free. Thank you very much. We'll have some of that. £47, $60. We all love a bit of free, don't we? So you pay for these, and you don't pay for these. Thank you very much. Yes. Where do I sign? Just check them out right now. £47, $60. Now, remember, we also have our everyday tumbling word dies as well. Where have they gone? What did I do with them? Oh, honestly, now I've started. See, that's just being around Debbie. That's what it is, that everything goes missing all of a sudden. Here they are. So this is a set of 6, this one, isn't it? And you get all 6. But basically, it's like, oh no, it's 8, isn't it, in this? Sorry, it's 8 in this, but but it's like we only really pay for 5. So we've got thanks, and we've got happy. All the stamps are in there, plus the outline die, of course. We've got love, and we've got sorry, and we've got baby, and we've got wishes, and we've got laugh, and we've got we are family. So we've got all of those. We've got all of those, saving 40%. So it's like really, you buy 5 and we put the other 3 in just for the ride, which is brilliant. £38, $47. Now there is a multi buy. So any of the, let me get all of these. So any of these 6 Christmas word stamp and die sets and any of the 8 everyday ones, you can mix and match in a multi-buy, and it's any 2 for £14 or $18, which I think is brilliant. So you could take family from here and you could take jolly from there, jolly family. You could take thanks from there and you could take joy from that one. It's completely and utterly up to you. Make sure you get these the right way around, Derek. These are amazing. $7.99 on their own. If you want to buy just one, you can. $7.99 or $9.95. But with such an irresistible little multi-buy there, 2 for £14 or $18. Listen, I'll let you make the decision. I know you'll make the right one anyway. So let's go to some embossing folders right now, because embossing folders always just add that extra something. And listen, if you want to get your gilding waxes out, you want to play with the dimension that embossing gives you and that professional edge and look, we've got 2 collections for you today. We've got a Christmas collection, which is this one, which is absolutely, it is a stunning little collection. And out of your, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, isn't it, embossing folders? 3 of them are your 3D embossing folders as well, which I think is really, really cool. Now, as well as, oh, that's a different pile. Sorry, I've just worked it out. They're all Christmas ones, those ones, aren't they? Yeah, sorry. Debbie and I had a little shuffle around earlier, so I got mine mixed up. £18, $30. There is a second selection, and this second selection is really to go with the everyday tumbling word sentiments. So here you've got a mixture of, well, there's a little bit of everything going on in this bundle, isn't there? So there's a 3D country garden in there. You've got a nature's garden embossing folder, which is Debbie's favourite, majestic butterflies. We've got the 3D English rose. We've got from Sarah's signature rose gold collection. We've got the rose blooms. And you've got one of my favourite, because it's so universal, you can use it basically for absolutely any project you like, is Rick Rack, which I think is pretty cool as well. £23, $31. Now, stick with us. Stick with us, Debbie. Stick with us. Thank you. She's doing a bit for charity there, just giggling along. Thank you. So it's our 5-piece adhesive collection. In there, you have got, oh, there's so much in this. There really is. So you've got the all-purpose. You've got the Collal tacky glue. You've got the 3D glue gel, or as our Debbie calls it, chunky glue. You've got the permanent tape pen in there, the 22 meters there. And you've got the dotty tape pen as well. All of those together, £17.50. So that's 20% saving actually, basically to, oh, do they create these bundles just with me in mind, do you think? Do you think that's what they do? Right, let me show you the tri-blends. They're over here. Oh my word. And when I say tri-blends, oh, stop the world in case you haven't been with us in the last 24 hours, because we've launched the brand new tri-blend brush markers. Oh my word, these are game changers, let me tell you. And our entire show bundled stock now, we are talking, no way. In less than 24 hours, we are approaching nearly half of the entire Crafters TV show stock. That is shocking, let me tell you. Let me just run through. I'll just show you the 2 boards for the colours, because that will show you just the breadth and the depth that you can do. And they are slightly different. They are the same colour blends as your tri-blends, but the gradation of colour goes up in slightly larger steps. And Leanne talked to us about this yesterday. So if you have the existing tri-blends with the bullet nibs, now These tri-blends, because of the blend of the inks or the shades of the inks and how they go up in their numbering system, will take your existing tri-blends with your bullet markers even further. So they're not an exact carbon copy of exactly what you might have if you've got an incomplete tri-blend collection. Debbie, did any of that make sense?
It made perfect sense. It absolutely made perfect sense, Derek. And honestly, can we just take a moment? I'm so excited to have got mine. I really, really am. But take a moment to look at this beautiful pen. This is that 3-in-1 blend in a pen. Get that right? Did I say that right, Derek?
With a brush.
I got it right first time. I don't know why I doubted myself. Sometimes it comes out and I think, did I say that right? But it really is. But just take a moment, and let's just take a moment as well to look at this beautiful, I'm going to pop that there so you can see it, that beautiful brush. This is where these now are that game changer. You have got that beautiful blush brush. What's a blush brush? A brush nib.
Don't be doing your makeup with these, Debbie.
Derek, I tell you. But can you see now what you've got? And the best thing about these is that you can use them separate as separate pens. If you don't want to do your blending, that is absolutely fine. But you do have that blend in there. So on this one, this is the dull green blend. Now, I've purposely chosen the dull green blend in, let me just get this right because I'm a little bit of a stickler when it comes to my pens having it right way. Like this one isn't right at the moment, Derek, so it's going to annoy me, so apologies.
Get that one sorted, then we'll find out.
I'm sorry, it's just because I'm a little bit of a stickler and I like this at home, but I just have to have it right because otherwise the pen don't feel right. That sounds really crazy, really silly.
I completely understand.
And I haven't got OCD, I promise you, but it's just that way things should be.
Well, you know why? Halfway through colouring in something, you think, am I using the lightest shade here? I'm not sure.
Exactly.
And then you just check easily.
Exactly. Now, I've put them side by side so you can see that you've got your bullet nib and your brush nib. Can you see the difference straight away, Derek? And this is the dull green blend. And like you said, we've got 1, 2, 3 in that blend, in the traditional. In fact, it almost feels like it's awful saying the regular tri-blend.
Yes,
it sounds like I'm doing them an injustice. Our existing tri-blend.
Yes.
But now we've got the brush that has been launched yesterday with our lovely Leanne, and oh my days, have you been loving them as much as we do. I've got mine in my tray, but I just want to show you that difference that you've got from the nib difference, the nib to the brush. So if I was to do my little strokes, there's no way I can get the same effect that I can get with this beautiful, can you see the difference straight away? Shall I do it with a darker colour? Let's do darker.
Let's go the other end.
Let's go the other end, Derek. The other end might be better to show you. So let's just take I love this green. Johnny's saying to me, you like this green, don't you, Debbie? I said, yes, I do. I would never been a fan of green before, but until I started colouring. But this is where we're going to talk. So when I'm doing this with the dark colours, can you see straight away when I'm doing some little flickies? Yeah. It's the same length. Does that make sense? It's the same because it's the nib. Yeah. But when you apply, because you've got that brush and you've got that softness, and when I say softness, when you lay it down, the colour, and I'm just going to do it with the flicking motion, because I'm going to do a little bit of grass. That's why I chose me green.
Look at that.
But look at the difference. And this is why, I'm just going to say right now, Derek, if you haven't got these, and you've got these, this is why I would say get them. Because they'll work alongside beautifully. Yes. They will. And I want you to promise me this is a Debbie's law. Do you know how Leanne does the law of Leanne? I'm going to do a Debbie's law. You must go back and watch the show from yesterday. Yes. What time was it on, Derek?
It was the afternoon one. Yeah.
For the 4 o'clock one, go and watch the show with Leanne. She's the mistress, the queen of anything spectrum. But please, honestly, God, I know what I'm going to be doing. I didn't get a chance yesterday. I was too busy in the craft room and I didn't get a chance to properly watch. I only kept seeing little snippets, but I'm going to go back and watch it, because honestly, what you're going to learn from Leanne about these tri-blend blushes, I'm doing it again. I can't get it out of the tri-blend brush. What you're going to get and learn from that is just second to none, because what she doesn't know about these were her baby. So honestly, you must go and have a look at that. But Derek, have you got yours yet? Because I love mine.
I think I'm going to have to
love them. Yes.
Can I just ask you a quick question? Now, have you got the same blends in the existing tri-blend and the brush, have you got the same ones there side by side?
The same colour?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's the dual green blend, like you were saying. So dark green 1, dark green 2, dark green 3, DG1, DG2, DG3. And then this is the difference.
Yep.
DG1, DG3, and DG4. And it's like you said, Derek, and if you do watch that show with our lovely Leanne, she explains why.
And they jump up in bigger colours. And I think that partly is because as well, if you start with a stronger colour and you are flicking out, of course, you're going to bring that colour down, but it makes and it enhances your blending even more as well. It means that because you're flicking on the surface as well, you're getting a slightly deeper shade, because of course to get deeper shades with the bullet nib, you're having to go over a little bit more and build up the layers of colours, aren't you, and actually go into the paper. With the brushing action, because you're flicking, you're needing that more intensity, because you're having one flick, aren't you, rather than you're going backwards and forwards over the same area. But you see that the difference between the intensity, especially on that pink, it shows up so well.
Does
the intensity at the bottom softens out, so you can almost, if you stroke that, you'd almost feel like the feather-like texture of it.
Absolutely.
Isn't it amazing?
They're absolutely beautiful. Such a welcome addition to the Spectrum Noir family. But I absolutely love these. I love, obviously, that same shape that you get, that lovely ergonomical barrel there. And I love the fact that they're in the grey for a reason, because we want them to stand out different from your original tri-blends. But I love the fact that you can actually visibly see that 3 different colour there. And just by the wraparound of this of the barrel, you can see the light, the medium and the tone. And they work the same way. You would apply your light colour first, then your dark for your shade and depth and dimension, and then your mid-tone, and then go back with your light tone. So it's exactly the same way that the tri-blends work, but go and watch that show with Leanne. Yeah, honestly, go and watch that show.
Honestly, it's brilliant. I need to go back and watch it again as well, because you know, like any good captivating film, when you're actually there watching it the first time, you don't necessarily take everything in, but it's worth watching that. And I know the whole team are going to go back and watch that show again. Can I just run you through, because there are. This is the 24 colours in the complete collection there, which you can see the details on your screen now for $79.99 here in the UK, $119.95. So that's all of the 24 colours. Well, we say 24 colours, of course, but every one you can divide into 3 almost, can't you? So you times it by 3 automatically, no matter how many tri-blends you buy, you automatically skip the number by 3, don't you? And with these, if you have the existing tri-blend markers with the bullet nib, of course, what this does is then extend 1 to the power of 6, doesn't it? Because this takes some of those completely in a different direction. Now, if you just want to test the water on the brand new brush markers, if you just wanted to literally dip your toe in the water and say, right, okay, what's all the fuss about? Shall I give it a try? Shall I get some home? There are smaller collections as well. So they've curated smaller collections of 3s. So I'll show you some of those. So for instance, there's a natural tones one, which is brilliant. Now all these little 3-piece sets are $9.99 or $14.95. There's a woodland walk little selection there as well. So we've broken the whole collection down into smaller, let's call it bite size, let's call it try me kind of, like a trial pack. If you love your tri-blends already, you'll know how great they are, you know how amazingly they'll blend. So you'll understand straight away that the difference between having a bullet nib, or the addition to having a bullet nib, to having a brush nib, it's going to take your colouring in a completely different dimension. So when you want to create fur on animals, when you want to create lovely, realistic texture in florals as well, you know that the ability to flick out with a brush is so powerful. And remember, you're being delivered that consistency of ink from the first flick, stroke, whatever it may be, through hundreds and thousands of those as well. And they're all at hand. When we did a special Colour Me Happy, I think 2 weeks ago, we had a wonderful artist, Tatiana, joined Sarah and I on the show. And she said, as a professional artist, she said, when I go out sketching, I can take my tri-blends with me and I can capture the colour there and then, because I don't need 150 different markers. I just need a small selection of tri-blends that are going to give me that top end shade and allow me to blend deeper as well. And I think that's really where tri-blends come into their own. I mean, listen, if the artist community are raving about these, then they really need our attention as well. Even, you know, no matter what your level or your skill level of colouring is, this, of course, having the right professional product is going to send you in the right direction, isn't it? Anyway, listen, this is not a product that I need to sell to you. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to sell that to you. The virtues of just how good and how impressive they are, that will make your mind up. And also, there is that thing of it being the new kid in town. Do you know what I mean? Much awaited. I think this has been the most anticipated launch, especially particularly in Spectrum Noir, of the whole of 2020, really, isn't it? And I think lots and lots of people would love theirs. Right, let's talk about your Stamp and Dies, your everyday ones. Let me, I say everyday, that's Christmas, and this is more general. And I love the way we say everyday, like it's just one of those things. Do you know what I mean? It's a very, very important set of stamps. I mean, think of the opportunities to say thank you. Especially this year, gosh, aren't we thanking lots of people for lots of different things? We're taking a lot less things for granted. Wonderful, wonderful sentiment, that one. Then you've got happy. Lots of reasons to be happy. That could be happy birthday. That could be happy retirement. It could be happy new job. It could be lots and lots of different things, couldn't it? Love. Well, listen, we love for all kinds of different reasons, don't we? Sorry, of course, is sometimes you don't want to send too wishy-washy a sorry message sometimes. Sometimes you want to say something that is good and strong and heartfelt at the same time. I really, really love that one as well. And of course you get the stamps with it. You've got baby, of course, always a brilliant, brilliant celebration. And that can be for arrival of a new baby. It can be for baby shower. It can be baby's on the way, whatever. Then you've got wishes, of course, you can take that in 1,000 different directions. You've got laugh, and that's great for just making great fun cards, just to say hi. I just thought I'd send you a card just to say hi. And of course, you've got family, which again is a really, really lovely set of sentiments as well. Something a little bit different, isn't it? Everybody says things in different ways, don't they? So this is a set of 8, this, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5, 6. Why have I only got 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I have to watch you lot. Right, yeah, but you're only paying. Yeah, I've got 8. So you're only paying for 5, aren't you? It's like the other 3 are just coming along for the ride. In this bundle here, £38, $47, which is really, really good. Listen, enough from me. I'm sick of my own voice now. Debbie, we need some more inspiration. Oh, I've got that question for you very, very quickly. Shall I put it to you now? It was from lovely Sue, and it was about stamping. She says, I'm not very good at stamping, but I've got the stamping platform and I'm getting better, but I mess up cutting the small sentiments. Can you give me any hints?
Cutting the small sentiments?
Yes.
As in, do you mean?
So I think it might be stamp sets where they're all on one and they're not individuals.
Oh, you mean the grey ones? Do you mean the grey ones, Susan? Is that what you're meaning? Because the grey ones, if you are cutting...
But she says, I mess up cutting the smaller sentiments.
So I'm assuming...
Yeah.
They would be grey unmounted stamps. That's just mine. Susan, drop back in the comments and just explain.
Let me know.
Just let us know, because if you are using the grey unmounted stamps, these are all singular ones, so they're fine. You'll be able to cut them down and then just chop them down to size using your guillotine. But if you're talking about the grey unmounted, there is a special way that you cut. So if you just let us know, drop back in the comments and let us know which kind of stamps it is that you're meaning, and then we'll be able to go over that with you. Is that okay?
Wunderbar. Yes, perfect.
Absolutely.
Right, what should we do next then, Debbie?
I'm going to make a TP card.
Oh, lovely.
I love making a TP card. Wigwam TP, whatever you want to call it. One of my favourite style cards. But again, I'm using the everyday for this one. So, Derek, I'm using family. Love a family. It's all about family for me, Derek. It really is. I don't know about you, but I can't think of a better occasion to say something to somebody than when it comes to family. And I love this set. I don't have the boards for these, Derek. I believe you may have the boards for these ones. But on there are some really lovely sentiments. So you've got Together We Make a Family. We've got Family is Everything, which they are. We have Friends Are the Family we choose for ourselves. Can you see where you can customise this? This is what I love about this. You've got that statement piece there. So again, oh, Derek, you've got yours with you, haven't you?
Yeah,
perfect. So let me just show you. You've got that statement stamp in the middle with the outline die that creates that focal part of your card. But then you've got all those sentiments where you can customize whatever you want to say, which is what I absolutely love about these. They are beautiful, honestly, and they fit through lots of things like your mini, your junior, your larger machine. And if you are going for more than one set, I would definitely put them onto your larger machine and run a few things out. What's she done with your poker tool, Debbie, while she's busy talking? Run a few things. I've put my poker tool down, Derek. It's disappeared.
Not guilty.
Oh, do you know? Well, let me go back down in the bag. Let's go back in that bag down there that I've had to hide out away because Johnny were like, did you see the size of your bag this morning? Yes. Yes. It was so heavy.
It's
it needed
immense.
2 of us to get it in.
It's like Mary Poppins on something.
It is my bag. I love my bag. But again, let's just take this out so you can see you've got the outline piece straight away, and then we're going to do the stamping. I'm going to use the pigment inks again, if I may, Derek, because they are on the show, and I love my pigment inks. And you know what I'm going to say?
Go on.
I'm going to use a bit of clear embossing powder, although I'm looking for Leanne's glitter embossing powder.
Oh, the custom mix.
Where has she put it?
Where
it's got
is
to be
it?
around here somewhere.
It's not
I
on
can
the
see a bit of
shelves, is
glitter.
it?
She'll have put it somewhere. I know she will have, because she's always making her own glitter.
We'll find it. We'll have a little squirrel round. Can I just tell you in the meantime that
Yes.
lots of people, our social superstars have asked in the comments for asking how many Christmas cards that people have left to make. Shadia has shared a great tip, actually. She says, I've bought many of the hunky-dory Christmas pieces, punched them out and set them up in baggies for when I'm ready. It would be an assembly line. That's a really good idea.
What a clever idea.
People are also guessing as well for Monday. What's the big surprise for Monday? What could it be? And somebody has said, this is the power of autocorrect. Somebody's put in the comments, is it Debbie's Fishables? Now, she didn't mean Debbie's Fishables.
I just had to put my head out of the way then, because that did make me laugh. Before I committed my stamp, I was like, Debbie's Fishables.
And actually, what she meant was curved edgeables. But it came out as Debbie's Fishables. Blimey.
Do you know what? I'm so excited. I don't know what it is myself. Why am I not privy to this secret? Why can't I find out what it is?
I don't know. I mean, this is the worst place to try and keep a secret as well. And Sarah seems to have done it. And she's disappeared, isn't she?
She's kept quiet. She's busy camping. Did anybody watch her Insta story yesterday? God love her. Sleeping bag was in the river.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor lady.
And she had to go across. Did she have to go across the river?
Yeah, she went wading in to go and get it
from the other side. Because she turned up and her mum had no trousers on. She was like, "Mum, what are you doing?" And her sleeping bag had rolled into the river. So then Sarah ended up going to get it, didn't she?
Oh,
there's
honestly,
a story
Derek, you
and
couldn't
a
make
half.
it up. You could not make it up. Now, I don't know what Leanne's done with her glitter powder. I'm not happy. I'm going to have to find it. Or if I can find some really ultra-fine glitter, I'm going to make my own. So I've got this piece now. I'm putting on some clear embossing powder just on. I'm going to give it a nice little tap off, because this is what I love about the pigment inks. Not only can you do like all your other things with them as well, but this for me was the game changer when it came to the pigment inks. The fact that you can use it with your layering stamps and all those kind of things, absolutely fab. But I just love the idea of being able to heat emboss. That's the word I'm looking for, heat emboss. Debbie, you have my words today. I can't even say I've had no coffee, Derek, because I've had at least 2 while I've been here.
I know, she's fully charged.
Absolutely. Let me grab my tweezers just for a second,
When
Derek.
you've finished that heat embossing, because I'll need complete silence, because I've got some gossip for you in a bit.
Have you?
I have. I've been made privy to a little bit of gossip that I shouldn't have, but I will share soon. Oh, I love suspense. It's brilliant, isn't it? I hold the power right now. Helen says, oh, well, Debbie will know this, inside, outside and backwards. How do you load the 3D gel into the applicator?
Oh, well, I'll show you in a bit. I love my chunky glue. You know what I'm like.
Because it's in a syringe, so you
It
can't
is.
syringe it
They
into
come
the
with
syringe,
tools, so
can
you've
you?
got tools, haven't you? There's some tools that you can that come with the 3D Collage glue. Let me just heat this up again, because I want to make sure. I'm going to do a little bit of double embossing. So I've embossed it once, I'm keeping it nice and warm. I'm going to go back in with my clear embossing powder, chuck that in. I could have dipped it in pot, Derek. I could have saved myself a bit of time and trouble here and just dipped it in pop. Pop? What's a pop? Oh, what is wrong with my words today?
Saturday morning syndrome. Actually, it's afternoon now. You've no excuse now. It's
No, I
afternoon now.
haven't. I know. Is it afternoon already?
It is.
How's that? How's
In the
that
UK,
happened?
In the UK, it's now afternoon.
Oh,
Well,
Derek.
that's because you and I can talk a glass eye to sleep, Debbie. That's
Well,
why.
that's probably what it is. That is exactly probably what that is. And I've got 2 more demos lined up, so I'm going to have to get myself all sorted, aren't I? Right. So let's just give this another emboss over. And the more layers that you do, a double emboss it. So the first layer of embossing over gives it like an orange peel effect. But the second layer starts to build up and it becomes more enamelled. So a smoother look. And you can go in for a third time as well. And you can get an even more enamelled look. So it goes all super glossy, Derek. But I'm quite happy with those. So I'm just going to put those to one side, let that cool down for a second. And then I'm going to move that out of the way. So let's just move this. Now I thought I'm going to change it up again because I had a plan. But I thought, do you know what? We've got those embossing folders on. So I were busy snipping away. And do you know what, Derek? There is one of my favourites in there. That butterfly one is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But do you know what? My absolute all-time favourite embossing folder ever is the Country Garden, and that's in that deal today. I just got so excited when I saw it because it's just the most glorious embossing folder. So I'm going to place, I'll tell you what I've done here because I'm putting little triangles in. You're probably thinking, what are you doing, Debbie? So I've taken a piece of craft card, and this is measures 10 inches by 5 inches, and then I score it at 5 inches in the middle. Now to create the wigwam or TP effect, I then took my scoreboard and went from the middle fold down to the outer corner, and then did exactly the same from the middle fold down to the other outer corner, and that gives me that triangular shape. However, it's missing a leg. We need a little leg on here, Derek. So this is when another piece of card stock comes into play. So craft card again, 5 by 5, and this time you take it diagonal on your board and score it halfway down. Not halfway down, half in the middle. That's the bit, corner to corner, and that creates the third leg, but the leg to support it, so that you've got. Stop laughing at me, Derek.
Sorry, no, I understand perfectly. I'm
you know
with
what
you.
I meant, didn't you?
No, I've got it. I'm with you.
Yeah, so that creates there. So now I've taken some of our textured cardstock and I have taken it. This is a 5 by 5, so each one of these panels is 5 by 5. So I've taken this to 4 3/4 square and snipped it in the middle, again, diagonal. And then I've taken some lemon Centura Pearl. Now, we've got lots of Centura Pearl on the show. This is just a chosen colour because I thought it looked nice with that brown. But I'm going to emboss it all. And again, this time, that was 4 3/4 square. This is 4 1/2 square. Again, snip down the middle. And that creates my perfect panels for my legs, so to speak. Right, so first of all, I'm going to pop that in there. I'm digging myself a big hole.
There's probably another word for that, I would imagine.
Do you know what? I just stopped talking, Derek.
Do you know what?
I'll stop talking.
I'll start talking then, just quickly, because I've got some gossip. Remember,
Have you got some gossip?
Would you like it now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, Lynn had a little guess as what the Monday surprise might be, and she said, could it be the butterfly alphabet? It's not the butterfly alphabet. But that's not far off either. Oh, look, Debbie knew that gossip. But I bet you don't know this gossip. Now, this is why it's really, really important to get social media'd. Because if you're not into the whole social media thing, this is definitely, in time for Monday, this is your weekend homework. You need to get it sorted. Because if you keep an eye on the Crafters TV Facebook page, and our Instagram, which is at CraftersCompTV, you'll find it. You find any of the Crafters Companion ones, you'll find the link to it. We are going to give sneak peeks of not only what the surprises are, but you know that we're giving stuff away as well. Rather a lot of stuff. I said too much already.
Is that the gossip, Derek? Is that the gossip that I've been missing out on?
So Crafters TV Facebook page, you need to like and follow and share and all of that gubbins for that. and you can see how down with the kids I am. And go to Instagram as well, which I'm still getting my head around Instagram. Debbie and I are giving each other lessons on what we've learned so far. And it's not much, in fairness. Between us, we just about get a post out. But we are at Crafters Comp TV and at Crafters Comp US and at Crafters Comp UK. Just follow them all. Follow them all. And come and follow us as well at Debbie Robinson CC, at Derek Marks CC. I follow everyone back as well because I just love it. I love seeing all the cards that you make because they're going to give me ideas as well in the future. So, how are your legs looking, Debbie? Dare I ask?
My legs are all fine, Derek. Look how gorgeous they're looking. Look at that beautiful embossing detail. Isn't this the most gorgeous embossing folder ever?
Gorgeous.
It's absolutely exquisite, Derek. It really is. So I'm going to bring in my tape pen and I'm going to just line these up. So, do you know, we've got all these tape pens back in. And that's the second one I've picked up today.
Not another one.
Honestly, let me go and delve into my bag.
Not another one.
Debbie. I can tell that there's lots of people using those.
There are.
I've got in my own bag for my own. I know I'm going to be safe, Derek. I say that. I think I'll be safe.
Well,
so I'm now doing a little bit of matting and layering, and these will fit now perfectly inside each of those panels with those measurements that I just gave you, Derek. So let me just pop that down. That's looking lovely. I'm going to
you can watch the show back forever to get all of the measurements again.
Absolutely, you will, because it's such one of my favourite style cards. This, I love this style, and it's just a cake. I mean, you can make them bigger as well, Derek. I just keep this small, just because I know it folds nice and flat, and it goes into a nice sized envelope. But don't forget, you get the enveloper. If you've got your enveloper, you can make your own style boxes, sizing to your own size. You just need to make it, if you were making it bigger, I would probably go into like 3 separate panels. So if you were starting, if you wanted to make this like an 8x8, you would make your 8x8 score down the middle, but do 3 sets and then stick that middle leg in the middle. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense, Derek.
If you say so, yes, it does.
Well,
absolutely,
you
yes.
stayed silent, so I thought.
Well, do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I was just thinking? The reason why the cogs were turning. It's a wonder you couldn't hear it from over there. Because I was thinking, what I will do as one of my projects next week. So I'm here today and tomorrow and Monday, and then I'm not back with you until the weekend next week. So I tell you what, in that time, I'm going to come back to this show, and I'm going to make a TP card. And do you know what? I'll be watching that show and I'll be saying to myself, watching it back, will you stop interrupting? I'm trying to get the measurements down. And I'm going to try and make a TP card. So my challenge for myself, by this time next week, by next Saturday, I don't know if I'm with you next Saturday or not, Debbie. I'll look forward in a minute and see. But whoever I'm with next Saturday, I'm going to try and make a TP card this week. Because actually it looks really fun to make as well.
Oh, it's such a fun card. It really is. I hope I get time to make my other card today, Derek, because that lovely, the lovely cube card is one that I get asked the most to do. Absolutely get asked the most to do. And I'm just finding me and I've just used one of the stamps from the blooms. Now, although it's not on the show, it's definitely on the website and we have checked. But I've just used lemon tonic for this one. And again, some clear embossing powder just over the top, Derek, to give it, because I'm not going to put any panels on here, so I've just popped a couple of little floral blooms. What's a boom? A floral boom. I'm doing it again. Floral bloom. Bloom is the word I'm looking for.
Oh, I've checked my diary for next week. We're back together on Sunday.
Yes,
next
we are.
Week.
Yes, we are.
So
indeed.
okay, so it's Second Child Sunday, so it'll be a bit quick and sharp and everything else. But I'll make sure my TP card is there by the time we're back together next week.
Right, I've popped my little embellishments just on there. I'm not going all the way around the card because I don't need to, because this part isn't going to be on show. So I'm going to now stick these panels together. Now the easiest way I can tell you how to do this is lift that up, pop a bit of glue down and use wet glue for this, Derek, so that you can get it into place and you've got a bit of wiggle time. So again, lift off, and I'm putting my finger there so I know where to stop. So again, I'm just going to pop that across, and that way I know I'm not going to get any messy glue splurging out anywhere. But what that means is it folds nice and neat, keep it nice and flush. There we go. And I've got now ready this part. So what I'm going to do now, and you can see on my little legs, I've got the two little blooms there. So what I'm just going to do now is I'm going to pop my lovely, let's just pop this on. There we go. Whoops. Debbie, watch what you're doing with your glue. Each one of these panels now, using that embossing folder, and I'll show you the one that I was originally going to make, or that I was planning on making, because Debbie seems to be in a change your mind mood Saturday today.
I love it. I love it when you go freestyle. It's brilliant.
Well, I sat in my craft room all day yesterday, and I was busy prepping away like we do, and it's, they just melt. When you're in that craft room, I know I'm not the only one saying this, but they just melt. And got a plan, and then I come in here this morning, and I thought, you know what? No, I'm not happy with my plan. I'm going to change it all up, Derek. And I thought this embossing folder is crying out to be used on this one. I just think this is beautiful. And it obviously is a firm favourite of mine because it's my very favourite embossing folder. But there we go. So now I've got all my panels on already with my little legs. And then I'm just going to fold that in. Now, trick here, Derek, is magnets. Or when Debbie can find hers because she's put it down and can't find it now. Little Velcro dots. Little Velcro dots. And when I'm using this, I think about where I'm going to be folding it over, so I know my flap is that end. And I'm going to pop on, and I'm using self-adhesive ones that you can pick up on the internet, but that now holds that into place, and when you want to open it, open with ease, and it's on both sides. So I've not had to mess about because I kept it stuck together. But look now, I've got my lovely, oh my days, I'm not even put on it yet, Derek. Get so excited.
Cool. Do you know when that's flat down?
Yes.
That lovely, the colour on the paper where you've embossed it and everything else, it looks like the fanciest tiling from the most aristocratic kind of, smallest room in the house kind of look. Do you know what I mean?
I do indeed.
It's awesome.
Thank you very much. Now I'm just trying to find my chunky glue. Bear with.
Embossing makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It really does. So what I'm going to do now is I've got 2 of my families all ready. Because I'm going to put 2 on one side. However, I've already jumped forward. Please excuse, I've used one of our nesting dies, and I've already put do you know what I say about customising? So I've put Together We Make a Family, and I've already got that one on there that I'd already pre-done. So that's ready to go on the front of my card. However, I am just going to, somebody ask about how you filled up?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Let's just show you a quick one there. I'm nearly running out, not quite run out, but I've nearly run out there.
Yeah, it was Helen. She says, how do you get the 3D gel into the applicator? Because you can't syringe into a syringe.
Bless her. So I've already got my key. My key's wound up. You can see how much I love my glue, Derek. I need to get myself another one before we leave today because I adore this glue. So you turn that to bring it out. Now what you're going to do is you dismantle your tube. Syringe, Debbie, syringe. Right, so I've dismantled it. You hold the whole of there to that part. Hold it in place. And while it's a bit tricky, but you will get the hang of it, you just turn to release the glue into there. Now, I don't fill mine right up, Derek. I'm not going to lie. I fill about halfway, 3/4, and then you push that up. And to make sure this bit doesn't dry out, you make sure you've got a little bit squirting through the top, and then you pop your thing on there. That's it already now decanted. And what you must make sure is that glue comes up to the top of the tube. Just see if you can see it. Can you see it just over the edge? And then you screw the top back on, and there's a reason why I've done that, Derek. It's to stop any air from going in there and then drying up the top, which means I wouldn't be able to get the rest of this lovely glue out of there. I hope that helped.
That's
was
perfect.
It Ellen?
That's perfect. It was. Yes, it was Helen.
Absolutely.
Yes. I have no, you carry on, actually, because I've got another quick question, but it's not to do with this card.
Right, so I'm just popping now my 3D glue. You can use foam pads, but I'm going to put my family on one panel, just round the edge there. I'm going to go around this side and pop another one on. So let's just pop that down. In fact, I'm going to go the other side with this. So let's go this side. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm going to go there. I talk to myself all the time, Derek. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh, I love it. I love listening to it.
I'm so sorry. I can't help myself.
No, I love listening to it.
It's just because I want to make sure I get it in the right angle. So I've got my 2 panels on.
Yeah.
And that doesn't quite look straight. There we go. I'm happy with that. It takes about, and you see I've used my foam pads on this one. It takes about half an hour to dry properly. So don't be moving it around. If you use foam pads though, like our lovely Craig does, it's instant. But I'm just showing you the 2 different, and I'm going to place that into the middle, and there we go. So now we've got Together we make a family, but I've also included those going all the way around with that embossing folder and using some of those little stamps to decorate the leg. But look how fabulous that looks, Derek.
The stamps
Such a lovely card to make.
It is, it's beautiful. It really is, it's stunning. Can I just tell you the stamps that come with just the family one as well very quickly? So you've got friends are the family, together we make a family, which is the one that Debbie just used. Family we choose for ourselves. Family where life begins and love never ends, and family is everything. And they're just the stamps that you get with just that one word, which is really, really cool, which is lovely. Now, let me show you everything that is in the show, because maybe you've just come to us a little late into proceedings, where you're going to love the little deals that we've got on today for you. So the Christmas word and die sets, the stamp and die sets, it's brilliant. So you get 6 of the Christmas words with all their little sentiment stamps as well. So there's Christmas, Noel, Snow, Merry, Jolly and Joy. You get all of those for your £47.60, but you also get 3 sets of amazing stamps. So it's 1632, 42 stamps in all to go with it. Festive foliage, winter wonderland and festive decorations. They come along for the ride. £47.60 is your deal there. Then we have our wonderful word floral sentiment. So the first selection we showed you at Christmas, and these are our regular everyday kind of words. So thanks and happy and love and sorry and baby and wishes and laugh and family and all the little stamps that come with those. They've got an awful lot to them. Most are 6, 7 or 8 pieces in total, which is really, really lovely. Now with those, it's a massive saving actually, because £38, $47, but actually it's almost like basically, you are getting 3 of those stamp and die sets for free, which is awesome, isn't it? Really, really good. We also have, and I still haven't physically ever had this in my hand, but I know how excited we all are about it, our adorable, scoreable 50-sheet Christmas 2020 special edition, which is a mouthful, but for you, it is 50 gorgeous, gorgeous sheets of adorable, scoreable, 25 different colours, 2 sheets of each. Think about that with your Christmas and your all year round projects and your matching and layering as well. £10.79, $14.84. Then we've got our embossing folders. We've got 2 bundles for you. We have a festive bundle, which is really, really cute. Now, out of that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 of those are your 3D as well. So you've sparkling snow, under the mistletoe, little old tree, festive pine, and holly vine swirls, which is a very, very universal kind of embossing folder. They are yours, £18.30. Then we have what we're calling everyday, because it's a bit of mix and match of a lot of different collections actually. So you've got 2 3D embossing folders, English Rose and Country Garden, which is absolutely beautiful. Was it Country Garden, the one that you just used, Debbie, wasn't it, in that last TP card, I think, wasn't it? Yes. You also have beautiful butterflies from Nature's Garden collection. You've got from Sarah's Rose Gold collection, the 5x7 Rose Blooms folder, and one of my favourite, the red and white one you can see, which is Rick Rack, £23.31. Now we also have the 5-piece glue collection, which is pretty much everything you're ever going to need in the different types of glue in one gorgeous little bundle there. So you've got the all-purpose, the Collel tacky glue, the 3D glue gel that Debbie loves, of course. It comes with its little key and the syringe and the little stopper at the top. You get a tape pen and a dotty tape pen. You save 20% on the whole bundle. It's £17.50 or $29. So it just gets it all done in once. And of course, the most exciting, oh my word, here they are again. If you've not yet seen them, you definitely need to. After the show, between shows, you've got a little 2-hour gap, which you won't always have, let me tell you. Because things are a-changing as of Monday. I'll let you go and find out the gossip here, there and everywhere. But today is going to be your last opportunity actually to have a couple of hours gap between your 2 shows of the day. It's well worth going back to yesterday's Colour Me Happy, because we introduced you, and the Crafters TV launch, in fact it's only been worldwide launched this week, is the Tri-Blend brush markers, which are incredible. So all of the intensity and the quality of the formulation of proprietary formulation, which means unique formulation to us here at Crafters Companion, but with a brush tip. which is amazing. 24 colours that you have in this complete collection. So many of you have gone for this within this show as well. We've briefly mentioned it really in this show, and now since I launched with Leanne less than 24 hours ago here on Crafters TV, nearly 50% of our entire stock of the complete collection of 24 has already been allocated, sold out and gone. If you do have this sitting in a basket right now, I never nag about these things. It is the new kid in town. It is that thing you want to arrive and start playing with. Then do check yours out now. $79.99 in the UK, $119.95 in the US. You can break that down into smaller collections, by the way, of just 3 pieces. You'll find all of the details if you're shopping the show today. Have you got yours back out again, Debbie, ready for the next thing, or are we going in a different direction? Where are we going now? I never know today with you.
I'm going to stick with what I've planned for this one because I love this one. Again, these dies and stamps all work beautifully. I thought I'm going to do a bit back to front this time though, because I'm going to do a background first using the Winter Wonderland. The Winter Wonderland stamps, again, layering stamps that you can use to customise and layer up however you want to do. Create backgrounds, work beautifully on their own as well. So there's lots of different snowflakes on here. In fact, there's a lot of snowflakes on here, Derek, which means you can create some real beautiful backgrounds. And there's even some lovely little reindeers on there, and they're all different styles. I did one last week making a box, but I thought I'm going to keep it simple, card making this week, but we'll show you how you can create your own aperture cards as well. So things like shaker cards, this would work really perfectly with. Now I've taken a piece of card and I've trimmed this down to size, so it's about 6 by, might be just a bit smaller than 6 by 6. Let's have a quick peek. Yep, 5 by 5. And a definite inch difference there. But I'm just popping a snowflake on. Now I'm going to go in with a light colour to start with. I'm using my pigment inks again, Derek, but I've chosen this time, I've got baby blue, I've got pale fig, pink tulip and plum jam. Nice lovely shade there going off. I don't know if you can agree, but I just think it's a really pretty one. And then again, I'm just going to be really random going round making my own background. So I'm going to stamp up first with this particular snowflake in this colour. And then I'm going to change it up a little bit, add a couple of other different colours. Let's just be, and can you see, I am not being precise. I am literally just going in any old how, Derek. I just need to grab my little mucky wipe, she says, because I can't find any decent wipes down here. I've got my biodegradables in the car. I might have to go and switch those around for this afternoon. I'm going to use the pale fig now, so I'm going to go in with pale fig. Bearing in mind this is an open, it's not dry straight away, so if I did want to add things like my clear embossing, I could do. However, I'm not going to for this one, Derek. You'll be pleased to know I'm not going to knock any. I've got it all over at desk. No one can come in any closer because I am so messy. It's a good job it's myself that's in, and I'm not. And I'm not having to switch round very quickly with somebody else because they'd be like, Debbie, what have you done to the counter? I've got embossing powder absolutely everywhere, Derek. Absolutely everywhere.
Debbie, I'm gonna come over in your general direction, and I want to grab that first card that you made.
Yes.
Because somebody wants to know the size, and sorry, they've asked a couple of times. And I've
the big card.
I couldn't think of a right moment to come and ask you. Thank you, darling.
Nope, it's quite all right, Derek. You come in and you ask away.
I need to work out how to measure it now.
It's an A4 sheet and it's folded in half. That's as simple as it could be. So you grab yourself an A4 sheet of card and you fold it into half. So if you've got your ultimate, you can score it on there. If it's not your ultimate and you've got one of your scoreboards, it's the do you know your number 6 inch on your board? It's the one before it. I'll show you how to do it, Derek, in a moment.
Okay, cool.
I will
Lovely.
show you. And then I've just taken all my panels down when I do my matting and layering by 1/4 inch. Now, can you see already starting to build up just by adding different colours on here? So again, let's go in that one. I'm going to add a different kind of snowflake. The wonderful thing about the pigmenting as well is you can overlay the colour without it being a splodgy mess. Does that make sense? Yes. I hope that made sense.
Of course it does.
I can't think of the right technical terms, so splodgy and all those kind of terms come in when I'm starting.
I love your terms.
Oh, well, you know, Debbie and the Queen's English.
You're speaking my language.
It's like chunky glue. I know full well it's 3D collage glue, but because I give it an affectionate name, I think it's called that. And I say it all the time. And then I have to stop myself and think, Debbie, it's not called that. People will be looking on the website for chunky glue and there's no such thing.
I think we should change the name.
Well, so do I, but you know, the powers that be, it's a collage glue. Oh, look, I'm loving that background. That background's looking really lovely. I could carry on though, Derek, but I have got another demo that I want to do. So I am going to just leave those snowflakes for now. What I am going to do though is bring in the snow dye. Debbie, what did you do with your snow dye?
Okay, will you find it?
I'll try and find it. Yes, thank you very much.
I'll quickly answer. Michelle was asking about the original card, the first card that Debbie made, and I've just taken it and measured the base, and it was 6 inches by 8.4. So 6 by 8.5 it would be, but oh no, 8.4. Yeah, it would be 0.5 is half, isn't it? So 6 by 8.5, or 15 by 21 centimeters. I measured the base card to be, but you said it was an A4.
It was
folded in half, basically.
It was, yes, absolutely.
So there you go.
Right, Derek, I found my snow. So I'm going to use the die, but I'm going to use it slightly differently. I want to create an aperture, so I'm going to place that into the middle. Now, what you would do is tape it down, run it through your Gemini, and I'm not going to do that because I'm going to speed the process up a little bit with the one that I did earlier. And what that does is creates your aperture. However, with the waist, this is when you can then use that as the waist. You've got your outline die, so the outline there is on there, and then you're just going to go in with your snow. And I've just taken my snow. You've seen me do it already, so I'm not going to do it again, Derek, because I think it's a bit tedious showing you once again. But this time I used plum jam. And if you want to give it that little extra bit of, you know, that extra bit of sass, I call it, but that extra lovely glow, that lovely smooth finish, use your embossing powders over the top. But I'm quite happy to keep it like that. And I think that up to now is looking fabulous. Now,
really nice.
Bringing in, I've taken this is a 6x6, Derek. Now I remember, this is my 6x6. And I've added some of our glitter card. This is from the Garden of Love glitter card, if you're wondering which shade of pink that is. But I just think this works so beautifully within it. And then I'll bring in the one that I've pre-done because I've actually added thyme. And you bet you're thinking, why she added thyme to it?
Thyme.
Snow time.
Snow time.
I've added a few little gems into the centre. Can you see little gems twinkling away there? And I've put on some of our trusted foam pads because I want to lift it off the back. Now, if you want to make this into a shaker card, all you need to do is add some acetate to the back, pop your foam around the edge, and then pop in there your chosen shaker, whether it be sequins, whether it be beads, whether it be a bit of snow in there, it's entirely up to you, but I'm going to keep this nice and straightforward. I'm just popping that onto there, and that gives me that lift off, and then now my little snow can fit flat into the back. So I'm just going to grab now, and I'm not going to use any raised glue, so I'm not going to use any of my chunky glue. I'm just going to use my... Have I picked that tape pen up again? I have. Let me. I'm going to put that in the bin. I'm going to put it in the bin, Derek, because I'm not happy with it. Right, let's pop that just into the back there, into that background, and then it fits perfectly, but it's still raised. So if you just lift that up, where's my poker tool? Just lift that up slightly. There we go. There we are. And that lifted off, but I've added a little bow. I took a little tiny, do you know the little tiny nested stitch one? Yeah. And stamped it, popped a little foam pad on the back, and then that is made my own background. Let me just get my ribbon straight, there we go. With my own background, there you are, you can see there now closely, your own background, add a few little gems, your little word, it's snow time, Derek, it's snow time.
I wish it was, Debbie, because I absolutely love snow. I am a snow fiend. I love it. It's brilliant. Give me either bright sunshine or lots of snow. I love either extreme. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Let me remind you, actually, let me just go back to the comments just very, very quickly because there's loads going on in the comments. Our social team are just filling me full of gossip today. I'm just loving it. I'm just really, really loving this. Apparently, what we need to do is we need to sneak into the office because there are lots and lots of goodies over there, so we can have a little sneak of the goodies that are going to be given away as part of whatever it is that might be happening next week, I wonder. I wonder. It's not like anyone's giving any clues, is it? We've also started on our Facebook and our Instagram. This is another reason to be on the Crafters TV Facebook and Instagram. We've started something on a Friday called #FanFriday, which is where you email us pictures of your makes and you could be featured as our Fan Friday superstar. In fact, the first person featured was our very own Christine in upstate New York, who did a lovely picture. So if you want to know more, then all you need to do is email your pictures in of your makes. We always want to see those anyway, because you know how nosy we are and how much we want your ideas as well. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is here. I tell you what, this is all happening just so slick today, because Johnny is in the gallery today and he looks that way. There's no one there. He looks that way. There's no one there either. He's wearing about 3 hats there in the gallery. He's doing everything, all the producing and the directing as well, and it's amazing. He's doing well, Debbie. He's doing really, really well today. Really, really well. Terry Lee Tyrrell says, thanks for the help with the 3D glue. So the tips are the key and no air, because she's ruined one syringe by not capping it correctly. And she says, I love my chunky glue. Hannah says, I may or may not have bought the tri-blend brushes, which may or may not have arrived this morning. My husband need not know whether it happened or not happened. Let's talk to you again about this entire bundle, by the way. This is this one here. This is wonderful. So you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the Christmas stamps and dies there. And the 3 sets of stamps you can see around the outside, they come in for free. £47, $60. Go and have a good secret squirrel at the bundle where you're shopping the show on the website and grab that. And remember, if you want to multi-buy what we call the everyday tumbling word sentiment and the Christmas ones, you can do that. You can do 2 for, what was it now? £14 or $18, which is brilliant. So you can mix up a little bit of Christmas with a little bit of thanks, hello, family, whatever you wanted to. I'm loving that TP card. Now, that is going to be my challenge now. In the next 6 and a bit days, I'm going to come back to Second Chance Sunday with you next weekend, Debbie, and I will have a TP card with all 3 legs where they should be. That's my challenge for the week. Can't wait. My 3-legged TP.
Oh dear, Derek, I can't wait to see your TP card. I'm really looking forward to it. Now then, talking of different style cards, these die stamps sets are going to work with all sorts of different card ideas that you have. Now, a few months ago, it were about a couple of, maybe it might have even been longer. When the Shadow Alphabet dies launched, I did a cubed card, which everybody raved about. Didn't do anything about it, and then I made one for my daughter's birthday back in June, and I posted on my Facebook page. So you do need to be following me if you want to see these different things, because we're all of us guys share our inspiration and tips and things like that. And this cube card went down an absolute storm, especially the birthday one that I did for my daughter Tasha. So I thought I'm going to show you what I made when I was down at Create and Craft. Now this is what we call a 3D cubed card. Now this is of the extreme measure, Derek. I'm talking extreme. However, it folds absolutely beautifully flat, and it's very, very simple to construct. And I'm just going to do the simplest one to start with. But you can make them as large as you want, as small as you want, as wide as you want. Honestly, this is fabulous. So I do have measurements on my Facebook page, but you're going to have to scroll back a few, because it was back in, I'm thinking June, when I did my daughter's birthday, because that's when her birthday was. So go and have a look on my Facebook page and I'll talk about the measurements.
Oh, that's
However,
good.
I thought I'd do a quick show you how to do this. So are you ready? Have you got your pens and your pencils ready?
Ready, steady.
You need a big scoreboard, or if you've got the smaller one, don't worry, because you can do it on there as well. You need a scoring tool, Debbie. You're not going to get far without your scoring tool. Just hang fire while I bob down here.
Is it not in the top there?
You want my love?
Is it not in the top there? No, it's usually at the top.
It's usually at the top, but Debbie loses hers, so she doesn't. She keeps it in her bag. Now, I'm taking stamping card. So this is A4 stamping card in the landscape way, and I'm going to use, for a change, the centimetres on my board. And Debbie knows, anybody who knows Debbie knows she doesn't do normally centimetres, it's usually inches. However, this is the best way I could... Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So I'm going to score this from a landscape way. I'm going to score this at 7 inches. I'm going to score it at 14. Debbie, you're not scoring it at 7 inches at all.
No.
7 centimetres, 14 centimetres, 21 centimetres, and 28 centimetres. Okay, so that gives me all my score lines, and all you're going to do is give it a nice burnish. You won't do it with your fingers like Debbie's doing right now. You'll take your bone folder and you're going to give it a nice, good, crisp burnish, literally by just running that across. Okay. Now that is part of a larger tower, should I say. You're going to repeat that again on another sheet of paper. So again, I'm just really do it again. 7 centimetres, 14 centimetres, 21 centimetres, 28 centimetres. And again, that now gives me that cube again. However, I'm just going to move my scoreboard for a time. I'm going to bring in my larger platform, she says. A large guillotine, Derek, large guillotine.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
And I'm going to take this first sheet, and this time I'm turning it portrait ways. So I'm popping it into my larger guillotine. Now, if you've got the smaller guillotine, all you will do is fold it in half and do this the same way. So you can do it on your smaller guillotines. You can do it on your smaller scoreboards, okay? But just for the sake of this demo, I'm going to take it now and I'm going to chop this at 7 centimetres. So 7 centimetres, and again, 7 centimetres. And what that has left me with, Derek, is, once you can move a guillotine and move the things out of the way, let's move that out of the way for a second. It's now brought me 3 pieces. So you can see 3 smaller pieces from that one sheet, and then I've obviously got my larger one here, okay? So again, I'm just going to give that a nice score. Now, if you were doing it twice, and I'll just bring in the ones that I've oh, Debbie, what did you do with your ones? There you go, that man. That when you take off one of the 7 centimetres, this is what you're going to get from that A4 sheet. So you've got a smaller cube. Now, if you're keeping it fully, you can get that taller cube. And I'll talk to you that about in a moment. I'm just going to put that to one side because this is the look that I want. Now, if you're going to go for the whole 4 cubes, you're going to need 4 pieces, and I'll just lay them there so you can see them. You're going to need 4 pieces, and you're going to need that smaller cube there that goes round. Can you see where we're going with this?
So the one you've got in your hand right now, that's the one that goes in the middle.
That's going to be, yeah, and that's for this size one that I'm doing. So that's for this size that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is put this together. So I'm going to take 2 of them away because I'm going to show you what you can make for a smaller one. And our Debs, this is the most uncanny thing. When I posted mine, I was down at Peterborough, and my daughter's card, I popped it on my Facebook page, and no word of a lie, Debbie she does a Facebook Live on the Thursdays. She's on holiday at the moment, so she does a Facebook Live. And on the same day, we did the same card, the same cube card. No. How uncanny! It's like that Outer Limits.
Wow.
Honest to goodness, that shows we're on the same wavelength, me and our Debs. It really does.
That happens a lot round here. I mean, I find sometimes with you, a lot with Craig as well. I'll just read something from the comments that you were just about to do that I didn't know you were just about to do, or I'll think of an idea and you'll go, well, just as it happens, I was just about...
It's uncanny.
That happens a lot round here.
It is uncanny. Now, I'm just going to tell you, on that small tab, that's what you're going to glue. So it's choice of glue. Now, the easiest way that I fold this up is I bring this into the middle and fold that, and that creates my cube very easily. And you're going to do that with these as well, Derek. So just on that small flap, fold it, pop it in the middle, just line that up so you've got it nice and flush. There you go.
So that's why you
and
went
that
7,
creates
14,
your
21.
next cube. So can you see now? I'll line them all up so that you can see them.
Yeah.
And this is how you would carry on. Now I've gone to the extreme with this one and done 4, but you can do a 3 cube. And by that, I mean, now I've got my larger cube that goes in the middle, and then I'm going to add my little cubes onto the side. And this is the easiest bit to show you. And then all you're going to do is flatten that down, Derek. You're going to take a panel and just pop a little bit of glue just on there. Again, choice of glue. I'm using our tape pens because it's a bit speedy, a bit quicker. But what you do now is when you flattened it, can you see that I've got this cube here, this side of the cube? So you flatten this one, you pop that onto the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
And that creates straight away this style cube. Okay, so you've got there. Now we've got this little bit going on.
Yep.
So I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to keep it. Let's have a think. I'm going to keep it this one. So again, take your cube, take one of the sides, one of the panels.
So you're flattening it
first,
so that ultimately it can be all folded
Oh,
flat together.
it's all absolutely.
Because I guess there would be nothing worse than making the whole thing and thinking, one of the cubes is slightly the wrong way around and now it won't fold flat.
Exactly. Now that is created, and all you do is you manipulate it a little bit. So give it a nice little push down, and there you go. You've got a 3-sided cube. Now that's the first one that I did when I was down at Create and Craft when I launched those shadow alphabets. And I popped my little shadow alphabets down there and spelt names. I did it with my daughters, but I did it on this scale. So I went to the bigger. So if you can see now, the only difference with this one is that I have popped those cubes. So when you put your cubes back on again and you just stick those on, you're just going to add one to that side and then another one onto that side, and that gives you the 4-style cube. So I hope that was a quick demonstration on how simple this is. And I'm just going to bring in, if I may, when we talked about that larger one, I didn't chop this down. I just scored this 7, 14, 21, 28 centimetres and kept it this size. Now I saw our lovely Christine, was it the other week upstate?
On Craft House, yes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I saw that she did the larger one, and this is exactly what you can do with the larger one. This is how you create the large, because all I've done with this one is I've done exactly the same. These are all the 7 centimetre cubes, okay? But the large tower in the middle, and all you get again is you just literally manipulate your cardstock to flatten that so that when you hold that down, can you go to a side view, Johnny, so we can see there? That is how you get the larger cube. So can you see the difference between the two? Small, large. So there's nothing changed. The measurements are the same.
Yeah.
It's just that I've not taken a 7-inch one off the top, if that makes sense. Not 7 inch, 7 centimetres.
Does that mean that
But
go on. No, go on.
There's more.
Okay, yeah.
So tall cube. So I'm going to do it while I've got this time.
Yeah, do it.
And when you do this again, this is a different style one. And there you go. And again, these all fold up flat. And this one is, I call this it's like a little tower one. But all I've done with this one is taken the smaller, so that one was the tall one. Yeah. I took 7 centimetres off this one and kept that body like we did for this size. This is this size one.
Yeah.
Stuck on there. And then again, you've got all this to decorate. So you imagine decorating something like that up, but it's all the same measurements, 7, 14, 21, 28. But I've just put all the interconnecting cubes together and then had 2 on here, and everything folds, 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 flat.
Debbie, you know what that one, can you open that one again for me? Because
this one?
Yes, please.
The large one.
I've got a perfect idea for that one.
Go on then.
That is have an amazing cruise holiday.
Oh, it's almost like the shape of a
yes.
Oh, I never thought of that, Derek. I should have thought of that.
Cruise ship shape. Oh, I love it. Debbie, that's so good.
So you do need the right score tools. So if you've got a Score Master, you'll be fine. You can do it on a Score Master. You just have to move your folds every time you do a 7. You just fold it up, move it 7, move it 7, and that's how you would do it on there. However, larger one, you can do it all in one go on the centimetre side, and then a guillotine. And again, if you're using the smaller guillotine, all you need to do is fold it over in places, and you can get that through onto your smaller. And again, it's just cutting off strips of 7 centimetres. Now, have I got time? Oh, Derek, I can't believe I haven't got time to decorate it now. Well, as if by magic, Derek.
Is there one that you've done earlier? Oh,
there's the one that I did earlier, using love, using the background. Now, let me just talk to you about this. This is the Love Everyday one. However, you've got all those Christmas ones. Could you imagine that? In a Christmas one, and it doesn't cost anything, Derek. It's white stamping card, it's black matte cardstock for the background, and then I have stamped my own. So if you've got those lovely reindeers, you could do the reindeer background, you could do the snowflake background, use the snow on there, and all I've done is just put those words around intermittently all the way around. And that's exactly what you can do with the Christmas collection. That's the everyday one. Imagine that in Christmas. I want to see your mix. So if you're going to make this cute card, whatever size you want to go with, I want you to post it on my Facebook page. I want to have a look at what you've been doing, because this is one of my fun cards that I absolutely love doing. I've made loads of them now. I'm actually commissioning one for my best friend's stepdaughter's birthday that I'm going to be doing as well. So that's what she's going to get for her 18th. Okay.
I definitely need to make a cruise ship card as well, because elsewhere on TV I talk cruise holiday, so that would be a lovely connection to bring them both together. Just to quickly cover some questions that we haven't had time to get in completely into the show. Karen on Facebook is asking about the types of inks. It's the Harmony Pigment inks, which are all on the show today. And also in terms of, I haven't got time right now to ask Debbie which card and which ink combinations go together, but there is an Ink Pad 101 with Leanne as well that we did very, very recently, which covers all of that, I know. And of course, the great thing about not having time to fit everything into this show is that we've got another show this afternoon. It's going to be brilliant. So back here in 3 hours' time, if you will, because we're going to be in the craft house there. Is that the one where I get to sit down? Oh, nice. Nice. Johnny will have a couch on one shoulder and bring it through. It's going to be amazing. See what's happening in the craft house this afternoon. We've got a guest this afternoon, Debbie, in the craft house. Susan is coming to join us all the way from California, where it will be... it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning. She's getting up especially for us. She's all prepped and ready. Well, as prepped as she feels she needs to be to come and join us and craft along in the craft house. But, Debbie, what are we going to be crafting with in the craft house is the question.
Oh, now then. Oh, Christmas nativity.
It is.
Tick. We've got double-sided edibles. Tick. And we've got lots more. And I'm really excited to be talking. Did you say it was Susan
in California.
I'm really excited to be talking with Susan later today. Come back and join us at 4 o'clock. We've got loads planned for you.
We do love a guest. We do love a guest and a good old nosy around your craft room as well, hopefully as well. Listen, do join us for the craft house if you can. Thank you for all your lovely comments as well. Remember, you've got your weekend homework as well between shows, which is go and make sure that you're signed up and liking the Crafters TV Facebook page and the Instagram and all of our social media, because you are going to definitely need that in the next 7 days. I'll tell you more about that when we get back here in 3 hours' time for the Craft House. Mwah, from everyone here, and we'll see you there.